Directors of South St. Paul Educational Foundation, I'd like to welcome you here this evening to our 22nd Annual Scholarship Banquet. Before we get started with the presentations, I've got some thank yous to get through. I know there are going to be a lot of those, and when we combine that with the time it takes to make all the presentations, this evening can get quite long. However, from the standpoint of those for whom we're all here, the students, if you think about it for just a minute, for their patience, they will be rewarded at a minimum $160 an hour. So if you could bear with us, we want to get that doled out to them. First of all, I'd like to thank the IB Art students and their teacher, Mr. Sean McLaughlin, who put together the IB Art display, which is in the back of the room. They did that along with the assistance of the Dakota County Historical Society, who provided the display boards. If you haven't been back there, take a look at them. I encourage you to do so before you leave this evening. Also, our appreciation to Progress Plus Foundation and Mars and Power. It's those two entities that teamed up to provide the dinners for all the recipients of scholarships this evening. Thank you to Gertens for donating the greenery around the room this evening, and to Dan Grievous, local photographer extraordinaire, who is donating his time this evening to take the photographs, after which American Bank works with him to pay for photographs so that each recipient of an award tonight will get a framed photograph of their receiving that award. Which brings up a point. Upon the completion of tonight's event, we are going to ask that all recipients please go to the competition gym. There are some additional instructions that you need to get in order to get the information for your scholarship, and they will be taking a photo of the entire group. So recipients afterwards, parents, be patient with them. Recipients, please go to the competition gym. We also want to say thank you to Mr. Bruce Rooker and Key Community Bank, who provided the cups you see on the tables this evening. Those, no adults, those are not for you. Those are for the students. Aw, you'll find out why in just a little bit, Bruce assures me. Special thank you to the district staff, in particular, the food service people who provided such a wonderful meal, the custodial staff who did the setup today, and will have to do the cleanup when we're all gone and out of here and home in bed, and the technology department who has made it possible that this entire event be televised. We'd also like to thank Miss Sue McDaniel, who most of you won't see, but you will all hear, as she will be reading all 119 biographies of each recipient of tonight's awards. And the centerpieces on the table tonight were procured from Walters Lang's Florist. A special thanks to parents and volunteers who came in and worked with the custodial staff this afternoon to get this entire thing set up. As I said, we are over 500 people, which is, I think, pretty much exceeds the capacity, or meets the capacity, that would be the legal way of saying it, meets the capacity of this room. So thank you to those volunteers and parents. And also thank you to Ms. Sharon Jakacki, who is sitting over here, who on a day-in, day-out basis keeps everything, all the information flowing and organized for this event. So thank you, Sharon. You are a wonder to have around the foundation. Another group of people who have spent a considerable amount of time so that this event can be held is the Scholarship Committee. These are the people who have spent countless hours poring over the scholarship applications and comparing them to the criteria of the particular scholarship for which they pertain. It is these fine people who make the ultimate determination as to who will receive what scholarship tonight. However, until tonight, they have only been able to compare a number on an application to the appropriate criteria. They have no idea whose face goes with what application. Consequently, many of them are sitting among you this evening, so that once the award is received, they will finally be able to apply a face to a number. If you would do me the honor, please, of helping me thank those people. They spend a lot of time getting this done. And by the way, the majority of us will never know who these people are. I have no idea who the scholarship committee is, but they anonymously do this work every year, and it's wonderful that they do. And most especially this evening, I'd like to thank the scholarship donors, many of whom are sitting in this row of tables in front of us this evening. It's because of them and their continued support and contributions that this has gone from a 3-person scholarship in 1985 to what tonight will be 119 students getting 121 scholarships. Thank you to all of you who supported this effort. Now I'd like to make a few introductions. First, beginning on my left, your right, Ms. Carrie Voyevich, Executive Director of the Educational Foundation. Barb Rooker and Bruce Rooker. Bruce is our keynote speaker this evening. On my right, your left, Assistant Superintendent Patty Hemanover. President of the South St. Paul Board of Education, Carrie Erickson. High School Principal, Mr. Butch Manning. Junior High Principal, Ms. Kathleen Johnson. In addition, there is among us this evening a group of people who volunteer year-round as directors of the South St. Paul Educational Foundation. These folks spend a portion of their time not only providing for this event, but also funding tens of thousands of dollars each year for programs in our schools that go beyond the normal classroom experience. If each of you would stand as I call your name and remain standing until I've introduced the entire board, I'd greatly appreciate it. Brenda Affelbacher, Lori Bauer, Mayor Beth Bauman, Jerry Gunderman, Robin Haggerty, Diane Keir, John Lally, Carl Lehman, Steve Lewandowski, Mary Niederkorn, Jody Poppy, Rankin Patet, Tom Voigt, John Wilkie, and our school board liaison, Carrie Petrozewski. Unable to be with us here tonight are Nancy Whiteside-Uramira, who had an incident this afternoon and was unable to be here, Ms. Molly Glevy, and Mr. Ken Rolfe, who send their congratulations to all the recipients. If you would help me, folks, these people do a marvelous job. Thank you. At this time, I would like Assistant Superintendent Patty Hemanover to come up and say a few words.
Thank you, Lee. Good evening and welcome. Traditionally, it would be the superintendent up here speaking tonight. But unfortunately, he is in Washington, D.C. with 7 other superintendents from the state of Minnesota, fighting for education. But I know he's very disappointed that he can't be here tonight. He's called me 7 times today to tell me that he's going to call me after tonight's meeting or tonight's event to see how it went. But on behalf of the school board, the school district, and Dr. Babbitt, I'm pleased to be here tonight. But before I begin, I would like to introduce and recognize our present school board members. When I call your name, would you please stand? Debbie Clark, Kay Erickson, Shelley Forrester, Bruce Haggerty, Carrie Petrozewski, Todd Pogorski, John Voyevich. I would also like former school board members that are here tonight to please stand. Retired Superintendent of South St. Paul Public Schools, Dr. David Metzen, is also here tonight. Would you stand? Thank you very much. I would like to thank the South St. Paul Educational Foundation for this very special evening and for awarding over $200,000 in scholarships to 119 seniors. The foundation's success is due to the strong partnership it has with its donors. Certainly, we would not be here tonight if it wasn't for your generous support. The foundation relies on many volunteers involved in their efforts, along with Director Carrie and Sharon. South St. Paul Schools and the Educational Foundation take great pride in our schools and our students. We believe in high standards for all students by assuring that we have highly qualified professionals committed to excellence in education while providing a caring and supportive learning environment. Seeing so many students here tonight receiving scholarships tell us that our efforts have paid off. Certainly, the district can't take all the credit for their success. Academic achievement does not come easy. Students, when you entered kindergarten, you didn't expect to learn the second language, algebra, and physics all in the first week. You were just beginning in an education that have taken more than a decade and has provided you with incredible challenges along the way. A good education requires years of hard work and dedication, and an individual that is driven towards success. By receiving a scholarship here tonight, each of you have demonstrated your determination to achieve that success and are being recognized for your accomplishments. Undoubtedly, your family's loving support and guidance throughout the year has also been critical to your success, along with teachers who have challenged you and to raise you to a higher level. Remember to acknowledge and express your appreciation to those special people in your life who have contributed to your success. While your scholarship in hand, you will now go to the next phase of your education. You will have confidence in knowing that you have received an excellent education from South St. Paul Public Schools and are well prepared for the new challenge that lies ahead. Students, tonight it's all about your accomplishments. Sit back and enjoy the evening, because this is an evening you will always remember. We are very proud of each and every one of you and hope that you will always remember where you came from and the proud tradition of South St. Paul Schools. Congratulations and best wishes for continued success in your academic future. Your success is the path to all your dreams. Good luck.
Thank you, Patty. And now Ms. Carrie Erickson, President of the Board of Education.
Good evening, everyone, here at this great dinner and event, and those watching us at home. I am honored to be here today as a representative of the South St. Paul School Board. As Ms. Hemanover just said, tonight the donors, through the foundation, are awarding over $200,000 to 119 graduating seniors. As we go through the rest of this program, we will see a broad range of scholarships being awarded to students who have a variety of needs, abilities, goals, and interests. The South St. Paul School Board is grateful to the South St. Paul Foundation for all its help in funding creative and innovative programs, technological support for those programs, and administrative support services for students and staff, as well as providing these wonderful scholarship opportunities for our students. We thank all of the sponsors of tonight's scholarships. You truly represent the generosity of South St. Paul and its continued commitment to education. You will probably never know the full impact of the influence you've had on the students who have received your scholarships. The school board commends each and every student who is awarded a scholarship tonight. We recognize and celebrate your accomplishments, and we wish the best for you in the future. Several board members have also been part of past scholarship banquets as parents, and we know how proud the parents and families are of those students being honored here tonight. We appreciate your support and your involvement in the schools over all these years. I have one last thought for the seniors. Today is National Teachers Appreciation Day. I know how busy you all are, but sometime between now and graduation next month, stop for a few minutes and think about your school years and the teachers you've had. Was there a teacher who challenged you when you didn't think you could do something? Maybe there was a teacher who supported you during a tough period in your life, or who found a unique way to make learning fun. Please take time to thank that teacher or teachers with a short note, email, or a visit if possible. During the past 4 years that I have served on the school board, I have talked with many teachers, some retired, many still working. I am always touched by how much they care about their students and how proud they are of their former students' achievements. I know that your teachers and the rest of the staff join me in congratulating you tonight. Congratulations, students.
Thank you, Kay. Now a few words from high school principal, Mr. Butch Manning.
Good evening and welcome to this wonderful occasion. Good news for me, I'm third in line, so therefore it's got to be really short. We'd like to thank the foundation on behalf of our seniors for everything they do for us. South St. Paul seniors, class of 2006, do you realize how lucky you are? Think about this. How many times in anybody's life do you get to come to a banquet, eat this great food, and have somebody give you money? It may never happen again. The most amazing part of this, of living this American dream, of having this come true, is that all you have to do is be a South St. Paul Packer. What is a South St. Paul Packer? A Packer is an intelligent, hardworking, committed, caring, but most important, a solid citizen who is planning on going to college in order to make our world a better place to live in. Seniors, please stand up. And I want you to stay standing. Parents, honored guests, you are looking at a South St. Paul Packer. You are looking at the future, and it looks extremely bright. Seniors, as you are standing, please look around, especially the people to my left and the people in this front row. They represent the Educational Foundation. The current foundation members, the people who came before them to form the foundation, and the people that give money to the foundation believe in you, each and every one of you. They believe in the Packers. Seniors, please join me in saying thank you, Foundation, for all the wonderful work you do. We truly appreciate it. Foundation, you are truly special. Seniors, let's give them a huge round of applause. Seniors, you may sit down. Audience, thank you and enjoy this great evening.
Thank you, Butch. It is now my privilege to introduce to you a 1969 graduate of South St. Paul High School, grew up on 17th between Southview and Marie. Didn't think I knew that, did you, Bruce? Now president of Key Community Bank, he and his wife Barbara live in Woodbury with their daughters Megan and Lindsay. Please welcome back to South St. Paul High School, Mr. Bruce Rooker.
Well, the first thing I did was just spill water all over everything, so we'll see how it goes. I'm extremely honored and humbled to be asked to speak tonight at this outstanding event. My special thanks to Assistant Superintendent Hemanover, Board of Education Chair Erickson, Principal Manning, school board members, South St. Paul Education Director Carrie Voyevich, and all of her board, teachers, parents, and certainly a wonderful group of talented and outstanding students. A little background on who I am. As Lee said, I was born and raised in South St. Paul, and I graduated in 1969. I had a wonderful time in high school. I was involved in some activities, some sports, and some speech classes. I must say, I was an outstanding, and I mean outstanding, C+ student. Wait a second, Mrs. Hemke's here. Outstanding C- student, okay? My dream was to become a teacher and a coach, and I headed off to the University of Minnesota. From the beginning, I was overwhelmed with the sheer size of the school and soon found out in the early 1970s the teaching profession was in an oversupply mode and the job outlook was very poor. Vietnam was in full swing, and the major college campuses, in my opinion, were a mess. 2 years and I was on to something else. My second love was always sports, so I went to Brown Institute and I was going to become a sports broadcaster. They had a guaranteed placement program after graduation, and they wanted me to go to Nebraska, a town of 250 people, for $300 a month, and I said no. So I went back to school, and in 1974, I got a call from a 1969 graduate and said, "Why don't you come to work for Drover State Bank?" I did, and now I've spent 32 years in the banking profession, 23 for Bremer and 9 for Key. For the last 21 years, I've been fortunate enough to be president of 4 banks, 3 Bremer banks in Redwood Falls, Marshall, and the Twin Cities offices, and now for Key Community Bank in South St. Paul and Inver Grove Heights. From 20% interest rates in the early 1980s, to farm auctions in the late 80s, to commercial real estate problems in the early 90s, to a 4% prime rate just a few years ago, I've seen a tremendous amount of change, turmoil, and yet very good industry earnings. I've had the opportunity to have some outstanding and talented people to work with and for. Because of their success, it afforded me the opportunity to parlay my C average to reach for far more than I ever thought possible back in 1969. As I thought about my message for this evening, I decided against talking about the banking business. Banking, in the most simplistic definition, involves taking in deposits at a particular cost and then lending those deposits out to individuals and businesses at a margin above our costs. Our biggest risk is making poor decisions, poor credit decisions, to people that we lend money to. Now you know the banking business. Over my career, I've come to find that perhaps the most interesting and rewarding part of our business revolves around the people, both customers and employees. I decided that my message could best be centered around some of the situations, experiences, and individual lessons that I've witnessed or been a part of. I hope you come to find a few things helpful and useful as you take a major step forward, continuing your preparation for careers and for life. Now, my 5 helpful hints for life, business, and relationships. And I should add, the cups that are on your table, as Lee said, those are for students. If you don't have any students at your table, feel free to take them home. Our motto is, we always have the coffee on and the candy dishes are always full. So please enjoy them. And if you want to go to sleep, my message is on the cup, so you can just go to sleep and read the cup later on. First and foremost, don't ask someone to do something that you wouldn't do yourself. Number 2, learn to communicate effectively. 3, ask yourself, is it the right thing to do? Number 4, meld together book smarts, street smarts, and common sense. And 5, treat people with respect, courtesy, and compassion. First, a quick look at number 1. Don't ask someone to do something that you wouldn't do yourself. What do I mean, and what comes into play? I'm talking about ethics. I'm talking about honesty. I'm talking about your moral code of conduct. In the workplace, it also means, because you may be the boss and people are responsible to you and you supervise people, be respectful of the subordinates that work for you and the task at hand. Let me give you an example. Back in 1975, I worked in the consumer loan department back at Drovers, and my main job at that time was to collect loans. We had pages and pages and pages of loans that needed to be collected. One day, I recognized a name on the paper of somebody that I graduated high school with. And it was very difficult to call that individual to ask him to make the payment. And over a period of several months, it soon became apparent that for whatever reason, he just couldn't make the payment, and his car needed to be repossessed. As you can imagine, it wasn't an easy thing to do to go out and repossess the car from someone that I knew and graduated with. And the day was soon approaching. My boss came up to me and said, "Is today the day you're going to go out and get the car?" And back then, we did those things ourselves. And I said, "Yes, I'm going to go out this afternoon." And he said, "I'm going to go with you." And I looked at him with a quizzical look on my face, and I said, "Why would you do that?" I said, "You don't have to do that. You're the boss." He said, "If it's good enough for you to do, it's good enough for me to do." He said, "It's going to be hard for you. It's going to be hard for both of us, but I'm going to be there with you, to be with you together, and we're going to get it done." Many times I've drawn upon that outstanding gesture afforded to me by John, and I believe it's made me a better boss and a better person. Maybe it can do the same for you. Effective communication. What I'm talking about here is in many cases in the workplace especially, I see people talking so fast that you can't create understanding. What I'm talking about is speaking slow and enunciating. I know it's hard to do when you're nervous or when you're excited. It takes concentration and effort to put forth into everyday use. I talk to my oldest daughter weekly. She's 21 years old. She took speech classes in school, but she's been away from it long enough that she's going a mile a minute. And my other daughter is 19, and somehow the 21-year-old and the 19-year-old can communicate on a different term. They can go a mile a minute and they can understand each other. I may be able to pick out one or two words. So I'm constantly on her to slow down, slow down. What I'm also talking about in verbal communication is conveying a message. What may be in your brain, your knowledge, your thoughts, your instructions are not necessarily in the brain of the recipient to whom you're communicating to. Don't assume, but explain. Tell the story with enough detail to create understanding. That's the whole goal, creating understanding. As far as written communication goes, I really believe that writing is an art form. And unfortunately, I believe today that computers are destroying and decreasing our writing skills. Sentence structure is lacking, punctuation is poor, and quite honestly, spelling borders on atrocious. Over the next 4 years, take the opportunity to learn all you can in this particular area. Take writing classes, take speech classes. I think you'll find it very, very valuable in the workplace as you go on to your vocations and careers. In business, in school, in a relationship, if you can't create understanding, it will be hard to be successful. Number 3, is it the right thing to do? Beyond the obvious, I'm not talking about committing a crime or breaking the law. Your ethics, your morals, your guiding principles for life are what I'm talking about here. Let me give you an example. I spent 5 years in rural Minnesota during the agricultural crisis between 1986 and 1991. We had to foreclose against many farms. It was a hardship for many people on both sides of the desk. We always tried to avoid foreclosure. We tried to extend, we tried to rewrite. However, the usual situation was the land was purchased at too high a price versus the income that could be derived from it now. We had no choice but to foreclose. Sitting in church on a Sunday morning, a few pews away from the family we were foreclosing against, was very, very difficult for both parties. Over a period of months, I finally had to ask myself, are we doing the right thing? Is it the right thing to do? If I could answer yes to the question, I feel I was doing the right and necessary thing, given the circumstances. As you experience choices that are presented to you, ask yourself this question, and I believe it will eliminate a lot of heartache and problems for you that could potentially come your way. Countless times you will be asked to do something in life that you are unsure of. This simple question, is it the right thing to do, may prove to be a tremendous and helpful reminder. Number 4, meld together book smarts, street smarts, and common sense. Book smarts. You've now spent 13 years of life learning and acquiring knowledge. As you go on to college or other training, you will continue to learn and accumulate what Webster calls a body of facts. This is a most helpful and necessary step as you prepare for life and all that it brings. Don't be satisfied with just getting by. Strive to be the best you possibly can be. Don't cheat yourself. Street smarts. After your formal education is over, you'll spend a career applying the education to your vocation. At the same time, you'll come to find what you expect to happen will. Your bank of knowledge, your body of facts do equal A plus B equals C. At other times, you'll come to a realization that everything just doesn't fit together, and you'll have to find a way to adapt or alter or tweak some variable to make the situation work out. Over a period of time, you will become more proficient in this ability to adapt. In my vocabulary, that's what I talk about when I refer to street smarts: the ability or adaptability to apply knowledge acquired from experiences, and then to use that information to live and work successfully in a suburban or urban environment. Common sense. I think we all know what common sense is supposed to mean. Webster says it's good sense and practical judgment, horse sense. In business, policies and procedures and laws can rule what gets done. An employee can use policies and procedures as a deterrent to serve customers. A good employee can and will attempt to find a solution. A superstar 99% of the time finds the solution. Let me give you an example of something that I recently experienced out in the Woodbury-Oakdale area as an example of where I don't think all three of these areas were melded together in the decision-making process. Recently, a Red Lobster restaurant was opened up on the border of Woodbury and Oakdale. And I think we all know when a new business opens, what you try to do is attract customers, create goodwill, and bring a lot of good publicity to the marketplace. As the story's told, a couple of months ago, a lady was out shopping with her 3 children. They became crabby and ornery and hungry. So she ran into Red Lobster and had a quick meal. After the meal was ordered and eaten, which was very fine as I understand, the bill was presented to her. She reached into her purse and she had $16 in cash and a checkbook, and the bill was $38. The waitress came over, presented the bill, and the lady then found out that she just didn't have the ability to pay other than the check. As she was starting to write out the check, the waitress came back and said, "I'm sorry, ma'am, we have a sign posted on the front door, we don't accept checks here." Kind of taken aback, the woman tried to explain to her that her debit card and credit card were left in another purse that she didn't bring along that day, and she really didn't have an alternative other than to write the check. Finally, after a couple of minutes, the waitress acquiesced and said, "I will accept your check, let's get this taken care of." And overhearing this was the store or the restaurant manager, who, as the story goes, became quite belligerent and did not accept the check, and went on over a 10-minute time frame to explain why our policy was, we're not going to take checks, I can't take checks, that's just the way it's going to be. 10 minutes later, someone that was sitting behind this lady decided that enough was enough, and he volunteered to pay her bill. The lady left with her 3 children, and again, as the story goes, one of the children thought that he was going to have to do the dishes, so he was relieved to get the bill taken care of. Well, you can imagine what happened with the local media and the Twin Cities media with this story. It became a real event out in our area, and you can only imagine what publicity that the local Red Lobster got in this time frame. I think you can come to see that it wasn't good. You can just imagine what things could have been done as this manager was trying to blend his experience and his knowledge and his common sense into a solution that could have worked for all. But again, it wasn't done that way. What I'm talking about in this area is applying what you've learned, assimilate your experiences, and then call on your good sense to make a decision. If you constantly strive to garner from all three areas, I think you'll be assured success. And lastly, treat people with respect, courtesy, and compassion. I think we all know that in this area we're talking about showing honor, esteem, and regard, your ability and desire to show someone consideration. From time to time, I come across some what I feel to be good passages in a little book called Good Stuff. And let me read something from this book called A Sense of Values. During my second year of nursing school, our professor gave us a pop quiz. I breezed through the questions until I read the last one. What is the first name of the woman who cleans the school? Surely this was some kind of a joke. I had seen the cleaning woman several times, but how would I know her name? I handed in the paper, leaving the last question blank. Before the class ended, one student asked if the last question would count toward our grade. Absolutely, the professor said. In your careers, you will meet many people. All are significant. They deserve your attention and care, even if all you do is smile and say hello. I've never forgotten that lesson. I also learned her name was Dorothy. That comes from Joanne Jones from Guidepost. Courtesy, a polite or considerate act. At Key Community Bank, our goal is to treat everyone the same. Whether you have a $10 savings account or a $500,000 CD, from the day we opened, our goal was to make sure that we treat everybody with respect, courtesy, and treat them the same. When we opened up our new branch in South St. Paul, we didn't have many customers. So our goal was to bring people in and tell them a little bit about our organization. And our people witnessed over a period of weeks a little lady walking back and forth on Marie Avenue. And one day she stopped in and had a cup of coffee and told us her name and wished us well in our new location. About a month later, she walked into the location and said, "Are the new quarters in yet?" And we said, yes, they were. And she said, well, my bank will only allow me to buy 2 rolls, and I need a third. Could you sell me another roll of quarters? Our people said, sure, no problem at all. Sold her a roll. She completed the transaction, finished her coffee, and she was out the door. About a month later passed, and she walked in again and said, are the new quarters out? And we said, yes, they were. She said, I'm sorry, but this time I need 6 rolls. Again, I could only buy 2. Can I buy 4 rolls? We said, sure, no problem at all. Again, the transaction was completed. She went happily on her way, and she stopped in several times after that, had some coffee, and our people started to kid her, saying, why don't you come and bank with us? And she says, maybe I'll do that sometime. 2 weeks before Christmas, she walked into our bank again. Honest to God, true story. Sat down at the desk, took an envelope out of her purse, said, I'd like to open up an account. Out of her envelope came a medium 6-figure check. And in the banking business, that's somewhere between $400,000 and $700,000. She laid the check on the desk and said, I want to open up the account. And the reason I'm going to do this is because you were very, very courteous to me. You went out of your way to handle my transaction. You didn't have to sell me a couple of rolls of quarters, but I appreciate it. That's courtesy. Taught us a very good lesson. Compassion. Compassion means kind, humane, sympathetic, consideration for someone. My last story. 30 years ago, I worked with a gentleman by the name of Hal. And in our department, we had 4 of us that were in our 20s, and Hal was about 50 years old. And back in the banking business at that time, we did a lot of individual loans. There wasn't any such thing as a home equity line. But people came in for a car loan or for a boat loan or a motorcycle loan, and on a typical Friday night, and Matt can testify to this because he worked with me back 30 years ago, we would do maybe 30 loans on a Friday night between 5 and 7:30. And the younger staff could maybe do 5 or 6 or 7 each, and Hal might get done with 2 or 3. And the reason Hal could only get 2 or 3 done was because as people would come in to see him, he would spend the first 20 minutes talking about all of his ailments and problems. And Hal had some heart problems, and he had some leg problems and some back problems. But he would take the time to visit with the customer, and they would converse about their ailments together. And those of us that were in our 20s just couldn't comprehend what was going on here. And over a period of months and years, we started to get mad about it because we were doing so much more work than Hal was. And quite honestly, we didn't treat Hal very nicely. And we weren't mean, but we didn't include him in things. We didn't invite him out on a Friday night for a beer, and we didn't ask him to lunch. And Hal was kind of by himself. As I was getting ready for this speech this week, one of my old customers stopped in to see me. And I spent the first 15 minutes of the conversation talking about my hip problem. In the last 60 days, I developed a hip problem. I don't know what happened, I don't know why, but I spent 15 minutes talking about my hip problem. We completed our transaction and the customer left. And I sat down at my desk and I just started laughing uncontrollably. I said, "Oh my God, I'm Hal." And I'm 54 years old. And I have a little bit better understanding of what Hal was going through back 30 years ago. Hal died 5 years ago. And I remember seeing his death notice, and I remember wishing I could go and tell Hal, "I'm sorry." And that's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about compassion. If I can leave you students with nothing else tonight, if you remember respect, courtesy, and compassion, I think you're on your way for a great, great life. I do sincerely hope that you will find one or two helpful hints applicable to you in your life. Please allow me to leave you with a few last thoughts. Remember who you are, your roots and values. You come from a great city and great stock. Never lose sight of that. Tonight, tell your parents how much you love them and appreciate them for what they've done for you up to this point and for what they will continue to do for the rest of their lives. Strive to show them the honor and the respect that they deserve. Plan for your future, but don't take tomorrow for granted. It's not guaranteed for any one of us. And to the graduating class of 2006, I challenge you to not follow where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and create your own trail. Congratulations, much happiness and success. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Rooker, for your wise words of wisdom. We appreciate it and welcome back. And now it's my honor to reintroduce the Executive Director of the Educational Foundation, Ms. Carrie Voyevich. Carrie came to work with the Foundation last June upon the retirement of Susan O'Brien. A number of you who know Susan will recall that many were wondering, how in the world are you going to replace the amazing Susan O'Brien? Well, I can tell you folks, she and Carrie are apparently cut from the same cloth. Here to preside over this evening's presentations, Ms. Carrie Voyevich.
Is this mic on? Can you hear me? Is this mic on? Hi, I'm delighted to be here with you tonight. And as you know, this is a remarkable community. Over the past 22 years, can you guys hear me? Over the past 22 years, this foundation, through the support of all of you, have given over $2 million to our graduating seniors, in addition to giving $1.8 million worth of curriculum enhancement to our student body here, virtually touching every student in our South St. Paul School District, which I think is remarkable for a city of this size. It's got a great big heart, and I'm just honored to be a steward of this wonderful foundation. Thank you very much. We'll get this show on the road here tonight. I'm going to ask Lee to stand up here, and I want to ask the parents, as your students are being called up to receive their scholarships, if you can stand and we can honor you as well. Do you want to come on this side, because you're going to have to run to get pictures?
Wherever you'd like.
Yeah, let's switch. Excuse us. That might work easier.
Just like Susan carries the new she who must be obeyed.
So just boss them around. That's what we do. Okay, we'll start right up. The first scholarship tonight being awarded is the Doc Flum Memorial Scholarship. It was established in 1993 by his friends and family in memory of Doc. Here to present the scholarship tonight is his daughter, Karen. Thanks for coming. It's nice to see you.
On behalf of the Flum family, in honor of my dad and Pete's grandpa, we'd like to present the Doc Flum Memorial Scholarship to Kathleen Lane.
Kathleen would love to go into the medical field of nursing or occupational therapy. She plans on attending the College of St. Catherine's. Receiving a scholarship would help immensely with the cost of college.
Is Kathleen Lane here? No, I will be receiving the scholarship in her behalf. Thank you very much. I'm going to ask all of you to hold your applause at the end so we could hear the bios of each of the students as Sue is reading them over here. This is the 16th year for the Friends and Family made the Doug Ninneman Scholarship available to our graduating seniors. The recipient of this scholarship tonight is Nicholas Slater. Nicholas, if you could come forward, please.
Nicholas's main outside interests are baseball, cars, and travel. His favorite pastime is fishing. Next year, he will attend the University of Minnesota, majoring in marketing. A scholarship would be a great reward for 4 years of hard work and a big help in paying for college.
It's too tight. Sorry, if we could make room for Nicholas to come up, but we're a little tight. We have about 500 guests with us tonight.
You get to be the first to go through the process. I have to stand here and look at everybody.
Yeah, that's
Smile
right.
at the cameras, you're on TV.
There you go.
Oh,
you have to go That's right. The Elaine Lucky Memorial Scholarship was established by the James Group Solution in memory of Elaine. Elaine was a partner in the firm and a strong proponent of public education. The recipient of this scholarship tonight is Nicholas Asper.
Nicholas likes playing boot hockey and working on vehicles. He also enjoys spending time on the lake fishing at his cabin. He plans on attending the University of Wisconsin River Falls to become a conservation officer. Receiving a scholarship means so much, not only to him, but to his parents as well. A scholarship will help with his college tuition burden.
The Catherine Katie Memorial Scholarship is in her name. This was established by friends and family of Katie, who died tragically in a car accident last year. Katie believed in living each day to the fullest. There'll be 2 scholarships presented tonight. Her brothers are going to be presenting those scholarships, Eric, Tom, and Adam. Welcome. Come on up here. Right up over here.
I get the honors. We'd like to present this scholarship in loving memory of our sister Katie to Thomas Quigley and Danica Porter.
Thomas has wanted to go to college all his life. He would really appreciate any help in reaching his goal. He likes to play sports and hang out with his little brother that also attends South St. Paul. Tom would like to go to football games and hockey games and support his friends. He will attend the University of Wisconsin, Eau Claire next year and will study business management.
And then stay up here.
Danica has attended South St. Paul High School her junior and senior years, and she has truly enjoyed the experience. She has played soccer and hockey and attended IB classes. Danica plans on attending Inver Hills Community College, but she is undecided on now as a major. Receiving a scholarship would be a great honor and help with the expense of college.
The Leslie Sutherland Law Creative Spirit Scholarship was established in 1986 by the Friends and Family of Leslie, a 1977 graduate who died of leukemia. Presenting this scholarship in her memory is her good friend Diane Keir, who's also on our foundation board. Come on, Diane, thanks.
In honor of all people currently battling cancer, for all survivors, and in loving memory of Les, I present this scholarship to Christine Thompson.
Christine's interests and favorite pastime activities are marching in the Colts Drum and Bugle Corps. This summer will be her 3rd year. She also enjoys being in the South St. Paul High School Color Guard. This is her 6th and last year in the activity. She plans to study fine arts in college. Receiving a scholarship would allow her to advance one step further to going to college.
See you. Lorraine Wojcik was the switchboard operator in South St. Paul Public Schools for years. She loved kids and had a special relationship with many of them. The recipient of this award is Liam Coleman.
Liam likes to play pool, Magic the Gathering, collect odd sorts of things, and hang out with friends. He plans on attending Inver Hills Community College. Receiving a scholarship would mean his chances to go to college are better, and he can continue to pursue his education, because education is the most important thing in his eyes.
The Lou P. Kruchowski Scholarship was established by Lou, who had 6 children, all who graduated from South St. Paul schools. We are happy to have Lou here tonight to present the scholarship in her name. Hi, Lou.
Good evening. I'm presenting this scholarship to Joshua Eckel in memory not only of my 6 children who graduated here from South St. Paul, but especially my son Michael Kruchowski Jr., who graduated here in 1965. And I'm proud to say just last Saturday, a few days ago, I was honored to attend Amy Kruchowski, my granddaughter, her graduation, receiving a doctorate in veterinary medicine from the University of Minnesota just last Saturday, Michael's daughter.
Joshua likes to hang out with friends, family, and enjoys playing with his pets. He enjoys meeting new people and plans on attending Concordia, majoring in meteorology. Receiving a scholarship would mean so much to him because it would be a help to get off to a great start after high school.
The Metzen Realty Scholarship was established in 2000 by owners Tom, Dave, and Jim Metzen, along with Russ Letzen and Larry Danich, all South St. Paul graduates. The recipient of this award tonight is Haley Platzen, and unfortunately we had a call from Haley today who's homesick with strep throat, so we will accept her scholarship on her behalf. The Midwest Vending Scholarship was established because of the commitment to the community of South St. Paul and its young people. The recipient of this scholarship tonight is James Barron.
James likes to play tennis and enjoys spending time with his family. He plans on attending St. Cloud State, majoring in business. Receiving a scholarship would help him reach his goals of owning his own business.
Now you can applaud.
Yeah, thanks. There you go. The Nancy McCall Memorial Scholarships were established for Nancy, who died suddenly of cancer at the age of 38. Presenting these scholarships tonight are Arvis Piper and Michael McCall. Yeah, you could read one at a time.
It's a great honor to be here tonight. Michael's sister is a member of this class up until 2 years ago when she moved to Michigan. So it's a special privilege to give scholarships to her classmates. The first one goes to
Catherine McManus.
Catherine loves to dance. She spent 2 years on the dance team. She also spends much of her time reading when she's not doing homework or working at Hollywood Video. Her favorite classes are history, English, and Russian, all of which are IB classes. She will be attending the College of St. Catherine next year.
And the second recipient is Brian Matthews.
Brian is a well-motivated student who aspires to strive in whatever it is that he does. He is a part of the International Baccalaureate program at the high school. Outside of school, he enjoys spending time with his friends and family. Next year, he will attend the University of St. Thomas and will study to become a sports journalist. Receiving a scholarship would be an honor. Knowing that he was selected to receive a scholarship out of his large group of peers would be something he would feel very proud of.
This is the third year of Pro Touch Painting Scholarship established by Jim and Georgia Hoffman, the owners of Pro Touch. The recipient of this scholarship tonight is Thomas Hoffman.
What Tom likes to do in his free time is to hang out with friends and have a good time with them. His favorite pastime is baseball. He remembers when he was in 8th grade and he pitched a no-hitter. Getting a scholarship would mean that he did something good and he could accomplish his goals for the future.
The Roosevelt School PTA Scholarship was established in 1993 upon the school's closing. Presenting the scholarship tonight will be Mary Lindquist, a Roosevelt parent.
On behalf of the wonderful teachers, parents, that was the community of Roosevelt, I'm pleased to present the scholarship to Brandon Albright.
Brandon likes music. He plays the guitar and the piano regularly, and he used to play tuba in the high school band. He plans on attending St. Cloud State University to become a pharmacist. Receiving a scholarship would be a great achievement for him.
The Student Nutrition Award was established in 1994 by the Food Service Department here at South St. Paul Public Schools to encourage students to pursue a field in dietetics, food service, or restaurant management. The recipient of this award is Jessica Anderson.
Receiving a scholarship would mean a lot to Jessica because she's going to be paying for college on her own. She enjoys playing hockey and other sports. She also likes hanging out with her friends. Jessica plans on attending Augsburg College next year and studying to become a dietitian.
The Thomas N. Sebaski Memorial Scholarship was established in Tom's memory by his family. Tom was a 1982 graduate. The recipient of this award tonight is Andrew Gish.
In Andy's free time, he loves to hunt, fish, and ski, and be outdoors as much as he can. When he's not outside, he likes to hang out with friends, family, and his dog. He plans on attending St. Cloud State University to become a police officer. He would be very grateful to receive a scholarship.
Xcel Energy believes in helping support the communities in which they serve. The recipient of this scholarship tonight is Taylor Lawrence.
Taylor's outside interests and pastimes include sports, running, weightlifting, and socializing with his friends. He enjoys spending time with his family as well. They like to play games, watch movies, and cook together. He plans on attending Winona State University to become an accountant. Taylor feels that education is critical to his success in the future. A scholarship will help him attain his goal of going to college. College is the first step in obtaining the goals for the future.
The next scholarship was established by the Bilgen family in 1997 in memory of their mom and dad, Fran and Patty, who lived in South St. Paul the first years of their marriage. Presenting the scholarship tonight is Matt Bilgen.
On behalf of the Bilgen family, I want to congratulate Joanna Hoffner as this year's recipient of our family scholarship.
Dance was a major passion of hers until last year when she completely blew out her knee in a devastating accident. Therefore, she has used debate and speech as a way to funnel her energy. She plans on attending the University of Minnesota Mankato to become a physical therapist. Receiving a scholarship for her would mean a lot. It would truly help out with the cost of college. It would ensure the opportunity for her to finish with a 4-year degree without needing to take a year off to work in order to pay for it.
The Howe Endowed Scholarships were established in 1998. Both Henry and Laura were teachers here. We will be awarding 2 scholarships tonight. The first one will go to Ricardo Riley.
Ricardo enjoys playing sports such as tennis, basketball, and football. He also enjoys performing in vocal arts as well as performance arts. He will be attending the University of Minnesota next year and studying to become a teacher. Receiving a scholarship would be a great honor to him. It would be so nice to have a helping hand in his new path in life.
The second Howe Endowed Vocational Scholarship will go to Nicholas Hadler.
Nicholas likes to build models, cars, trucks, and boats. He also likes working on his truck and a classic car. He plans on attending Inver Hills Community College to become a mechanical engineer. It would be a great honor for him to receive a scholarship.
The Ken and Shirley Flatigrove Memorial Scholarship was established in the memory of Ken and Shirley, who were both teachers in our schools. Ken was a history teacher, and Shirley was a speech therapist. All 3 of their children attended school here in South St. Paul. The recipient of this scholarship tonight is Kayla Packel.
Kayla loves being around kids. She plans on beginning her studies to become a teacher at Inver Hills Community College. Although she's starting out at a community college, she will be saving money to attend Concordia University in St. Paul. So receiving a scholarship would be a very helpful thing toward that goal.
That's right. The Steve Silianoff Endowed Scholarship was established in 1979 by friends and former students upon Steve's retirement from teaching. Mary Voinovich will be presenting this scholarship tonight.
As one of Steve's former students, and in honor of his passing this past year, I'd like to congratulate Brandon Diekman.
Brandon loves to snowboard, DJ, and to spend time with family and friends. He plans on attending Inver Hills Community College, studying business and technology. Receiving a scholarship would benefit both him and his family and help him achieve his goal of going to college.
The Carl Crosby Endowed Scholarship was established by Carl. He was a 1956 graduate of South St. Paul High School. The recipient of this scholarship tonight is Benjamin Schusted.
Ben's interests are playing football and basketball. A scholarship would help him further his education and meet his goals. Next year, he plans to attend the University of St. Thomas. He will be majoring in accounting.
The Mary Jane Morin Scholarship was established 4 years ago by friends and family in her memory. Mary Jane was a teacher and administrator and a very good friend to public schools here in South St. Paul for 33 years. Presenting this scholarship are Mary Jane's children, Mickey and Paul. You made it, Paul. Paul just came in from a flight moments ago.
It gives Paul and I great pride to give this scholarship in Mom's name every year. And the recipient of the Mary Jane Morin Memorial Scholarship is Jacqueline Robertson.
In Jacqueline's free time, she likes being with her friends and enjoys being at the cabin and water skiing. Next year, she will be majoring in education at Bemidji State University. It would be a great honor for her to receive one of the scholarships. She will be playing hockey in college while taking on a full-time school schedule. This will let her focus on those things and not have to worry so much about making money.
The Abner Rood Post 481 American Legion Scholarship was established in 1996. It's a wonderful example of our community service organization supporting our schools and our students. Presenting this scholarship tonight is Roger Zwagmeyer.
Thank you. On behalf of the American Legion, our scholarship this year goes to Jill Lombach.
Jill's hobbies include reading, computers, music, spending time with her friends and family, and shopping. She also loves to paint, draw, and sculpt pottery. She also likes boating, fishing, swimming, and camping. She plans on attending the University of Wisconsin River Falls, majoring in business administration or marketing. Receiving a scholarship from the South St. Paul Education Foundation would mean a great deal to her because it would give her the opportunity to build on the foundation of moral values and academics that she has received from South St. Paul High School. She has received an excellent education in South St. Paul, and she says she has not only learned information, but also valuable life skills. She would like to thank the South St. Paul Education Foundation and all of the organizations who contribute to offering these generous scholarships. She can assure you that your generosity will give her an opportunity to go out and represent the city of South St. Paul in the most positive way.
Nice job, nice job. The Alan J. Phelps Scholarship was established in memory of Alan. He's a 1929 graduate of South St. Paul. Alan was also a civil engineer. Presenting this scholarship tonight is Maureen Horton.
You know, engineers are very exacting. My father wouldn't tell you that it's about 8:20, he would say it's 8:21, and he expected all his children to do the same. The Alan J. Phelps Memorial Scholarship this year goes to Matthew Grzina.
That's right. Matthew enjoys traveling and helping people less fortunate than himself. This has brought him to cities such as St. Louis, Milwaukee, and Rockford. He has also traveled to Mexico and Guatemala, and in July, he will travel to Africa. Matthew plans on attending North Dakota State University to become a mechanical engineer. He would be very honored to receive a scholarship to make his post-secondary education more affordable.
The Art and Lois Gillen Scholarship was established by the Levander, Gillen, and Miller Law Firm in honor of Art's retirement from the firm in 1996. Presenting this scholarship tonight is John Steckler from Levander, Gillen, and Miller Law Firm.
Actually, it's
You're not John.
Bridget McCauley Nason from Levander,
Little
Gillen, and Miller.
change.
Yes, I was going to say, John. On behalf of Levander, Gillen, and Miller, the law firm here in South St. Paul, we are pleased to present this year's Art and Lois Gillen Scholarship to Jeffrey Chalberg.
Jeff really enjoys seeking out new challenges, both mentally and physically. He enjoys various types of physical training, especially if they're outdoors. Theology and religion are also very important to him, and he plans to study these subjects at St. Olaf College, majoring in industrial psychology. Receiving a scholarship would give him a head start on his college finances, and it would be one more thing to add to the long list of things he's learned and gained growing up in South St. Paul. Receiving a scholarship would encourage him to give back when he's able to in the future.
This is the fourth year for the Burton Memorial Scholarship's been awarded in memory of Edgar and Lorraine. They were both South St. Paul High School graduates, 1936 and 1939, and strong supporters of education. Edgar was a school board member, and Lorraine was a classroom volunteer. Their daughters, Jane Letzen and Nancy Wienderholt, will both South St. Paul graduates, will be presenting this award tonight.
It's our pleasure to present the Burton Endowed Memorial Fund Scholarship to Diana Gendy.
Diana loves to help it out at her church. She loves to sing, act, play sports, hang out with friends, and listen to music. Art has also had a big impact on her life. She plans on attending the University of Minnesota to become an architect or a dentist. Receiving a scholarship would mean a lot to her because her brother and she will be attending college at the same time.
The next scholarship is provided by CHS Cooperative to help a student pursue an education in agribusiness or business. Presenting the scholarship tonight is Al Iden.
On behalf of CHS, it's my pleasure to congratulate and present this scholarship to Joel Cry.
Joel likes to read and do Sudoku puzzles. He would describe himself as someone a person can trust, a friendly, thoughtful, and caring person. He likes playing basketball and tennis. Joel plans on attending Inver Hills Community College, majoring in business or accounting. Receiving a scholarship would mean so much to him and would help him reach his goals.
The class of 1952 has established 2 scholarships to continue the tradition of excellence in education here in South St. Paul. Presenting these scholarships are Muriel O'Neill, a member of the class of 1952.
The class of 52 remains eternally grateful for our education here at South St. Paul Public Schools. Our first scholarship goes to Dustin Buss. I hope I pronounced
In
that right.
Dustin's free time, he enjoys being outdoors. He loves to go camping, fishing, and shooting his bow and arrow. Dustin enjoys horseback riding and working in the barn. He also enjoys music. Whether it is drums, guitar, bass guitar, or the saxophone, he enjoys it all. Dustin enjoys also being out in the wilderness so he can just see the scenery. He likes to build things with his hands as well, and he plans on attending the University of Minnesota Duluth, majoring in computer science. Receiving a scholarship would mean the world to him because he would be able to go to college.
Our second scholarship goes to Laura Johnson.
Laura is an extremely active person. She loves playing sports and working out. She's also a person that loves to spend time with friends and family and reading in the small amount of spare time that she has. Laura loves children, which is the reason that she wants to become an elementary school teacher. She loves to attend things like youth basketball and other events that help younger kids at being successful and happy. Receiving a scholarship from the South St. Paul Education Foundation would secure her ability to achieve the degree in college that she believes she is capable of.
Dale Shinian, a South St. Paul High School graduate and past foundation board member, and his wife Betty, also a past board member, have provided scholarships since 1985. With this scholarship, the total that Dale and Betty have given are $64,000 to our graduating seniors. Yay! We're happy to have Dale here to present this scholarship tonight.
Thank you. The first one goes to Marta Stepan.
Marta is a very fun person to be around. She likes to have fun. A couple of her interests include spending time with her family and friends and playing sports. She is also very spontaneous. She would like to do anything and everything at least once. Marta plans to attend Bethel University next fall, so receiving a scholarship would be a huge help, and she would be very grateful.
Thank you. And then the next one is Milena Corey.
In Melena's free time, she enjoys reading, participating in color guard, and spending time with friends. She's very excited to go to the University of Minnesota. Receiving a scholarship would help her to find a career where she can spend the rest of her life helping others and doing something she enjoys.
And here we come.
It's hard to get through the crowd.
Then the third one is Samantha Markson.
Next year, Samantha will be attending Minneapolis Community and Technical College to study web design, business, real estate, and retail sales. Receiving a scholarship would help to ease the financial burden of a post-secondary education.
Congratulations.
There you go.
All right, now let's go get our picture taken.
Yeah, all together. That's right. There you go. The DESCOM Scholarship was established in 2003 and is provided by Scott and Brenda Affelbacher, both 1973 graduates of South St. Paul. Brenda is also a board member at our foundation. We appreciate their support, and Scott is going to be awarding this scholarship tonight.
Yes, I am. Thank you very much. It's my pleasure to present this scholarship on behalf of DASCOM Systems Group to, every year I get one of these phonetically spelled. So next year I'm going to change part of my scholarship to make the name simple for my benefit. It's Olamide Atkinson.
Olamide, also known as Junior, has a wide variety of interests. He plans on attending the University of Minnesota Crookston and majoring in computer engineering. Receiving a scholarship will help him finance his college tuition.
There you go. The Edward and Rose Kuntz Scholarship was established by the Kuntz children in 1997 in honor of their parents, Ed and Rose, who graduated from South St. Paul in 1937 and 1940. Presenting this scholarship in their parents' name is Ed Kuntz.
I'm Greg Kuntz. I'm one of the kids.
Oh, sorry, I didn't have that change.
Well, I'm honored to be here to represent our family in presenting the Edward and Rose Kuntz Scholarship. My dad and mom are here today, and they are celebrating the anniversary of their 69th and 66th year of graduating from school here. And we are privileged to present this scholarship to Samantha Fisher.
Samantha is active in swimming and color guard. She plans on attending Hamline University, majoring in business and marine biology. Receiving a scholarship will help her finance her education.
There we go. The George Carn Memorial Scholarship was established in memory of George Carn, who taught art and coached hockey here in South St. Paul. Wendy and Baron Carn will be presenting this scholarship this evening. Oh, sorry,
It's
just Wendy.
I
Sorry.
have trouble rounding up my brother. It's my pleasure to present the George Carn Memorial Scholarship to Zachary Scott.
Zachary's interests include playing hockey and soccer. His favorite memory is when he scored the game-winning goal in hockey. Zachary will attend Inver Hills Community College next year. Getting a scholarship would mean a lot to him since his father is serving in Iraq now, and the scholarship would help ease the burden of a college education.
The Grace M. Jefferson Endowed Scholarship was established in 1984 by Grace, a retired school teacher here in South St. Paul. The recipient of this scholarship tonight is Kenny Miller.
Kenny loves to help people. That is his passion. And he believes that the best thing you can give anyone is knowledge, the knowledge of God, life, and how to survive in the world. Next year, Kenny will attend Northwestern College in St. Paul and study education and ministry. By receiving a scholarship, he can get one step closer to being able to help someone else and fulfill the passion God has placed in his heart and his will for his life in the realm of college academics.
The continued support of the Croatian Hall or Harvitsky Dom is another example of the support we enjoy from our local organizations. Presenting this scholarship tonight is Matt Bilgen. Here we go. You could do either one, anyway. Yeah, we'll just ask all the recipients to stay up here. Yeah, just, you could do them all together, that's fine.
Representing the Croatian Halls, everybody knows the Crow. I've been the treasurer down there for more years than I can even remember. The first recipient for a $1,000 scholarship is Megan Cady.
During Megan's free time, she loves hanging out with friends and family. She also enjoys going snowboarding and shopping. Her favorite pastime is going swimming every day in the summer at McLean Pool. Megan plans on attending Mankato State, majoring in radiology. Receiving a scholarship would mean the world to her. She has always dreamed of going to college and has now been accepted. Getting a scholarship would help her family out greatly.
I know her.
You stay up here.
The second recipient is Cassandra Weisermans, excuse me.
Thank you.
Cassandra is very
I had it on
interested
there, too.
in softball and has enjoyed being a participant in the softball program each year she has played. She has spent many years in choir and is expecting to pursue her passion for music after high school. She will attend Inver Hills Community College next year and will study interior design, music, and Spanish. For her, receiving a scholarship means that she will be able to pursue her dreams in design and music and be secure knowing that she will be able to attend college.
And the third recipient, is Jessica Keene.
Jessica loves meeting new people and working with children. She loves taking pride in her work and succeeding. Jessica plans on attending Minnesota State Mankato to become a dental hygienist. A scholarship to her would mean a great opportunity to further her education. It would mean the first step to creating a promising future for her.
The Inver Grove Heights American Legion Post 424 Scholarship is another service organization providing help for our young students. The recipient of these scholarships tonight, there's two of them. The first one is Stephanie Schmidt.
Stephanie is a very energetic person. She loves to hang out with her friends and play sports. She also considers herself a very superior student. She gets involved in whatever she can. Next year, Stephanie plans to attend Johnson & Wales University in Providence, Rhode Island. She will study the culinary arts and restaurant management. Receiving this scholarship would mean a lot to her. The scholarship would enable her to pursue a career in what she wants to do most, to be a chef. Becoming a chef is something that she has always wanted to do for the majority of her life, and a scholarship would make that possible.
The second one goes to Samantha Gill.
Samantha believes that some of the most fun times you can have are with the people that you love and care about the most. She enjoys playing soccer and taking road trips. Samantha also loves to travel and experience new cultures and different parts of the world. She plans on attending Inver Hills Community College, studying graphic design or business and marketing. Receiving a scholarship would be helpful to her because it would assist her with some of her financial situations and allow her to get a better education.
The Jim Kennedy Memorial Scholarship was established 13 years ago in 1993 by friends and family of Jim. He was a 1964 graduate, and to honor his memory, here to present this scholarship is Jim's brother, Paul.
On behalf of our family and Jim's friends, it's my honor to present this year's Jim Kennedy Memorial Scholarship to Daniel Willems.
Daniel really enjoys being in the outdoors. He considers a day inside a day wasted. He loves to fish and especially loves to hunt. These are his favorite pastimes. He also enjoys baseball and basketball. Next year, Daniel will attend the University of Minnesota to study business and journalism. Receiving a scholarship would mean quite a bit to him. This stems from the fact that most of his tuition will be paid for by him. He would be very appreciative for any amount that he would receive.
The Justin Andrew Myers Scholarship was established in the memory of Justin by his family and friends. He was a 1995 South St. Paul graduate, and for most of Justin's life he had a chronic illness, but had the courage and strength which enabled him to graduate from high school and attend college. Presenting this scholarship this evening is Justin's father, Bobby Meyer.
Thank you. First of all, I'd like to congratulate all the 2006 recipients of this. Congratulations. And thank you, Carrie and the foundation, for everything you folks do. And I just have to go with saying from my family to my friends and to all the community businesses that really help make this possible for me. Thank you so much. I'm very proud to present the first one to Nika Anderson.
Nika is very interested in drawing and painting as well as computers and graphic design. She likes to travel and swim. Nika plans on attending Northwestern College, majoring in art graphic design. Receiving a scholarship would be a great honor and ease the cost of college tuition.
And the second scholarship goes to Dominic Marino.
Dominic's outside interests are music, sports, being and interacting with other people, and spending time with his family. His favorite pastime is music, our music, tennis, and theater. A scholarship would mean a lot to him from a financial perspective. He plans on paying his own way through college. With this assistance, he'll be able to focus more on his studies rather than spending precious hours working multiple jobs. Next year, Dominic will attend Inver Hills Community College. He plans to study the performing arts in the future. He is interested in beginning his post-secondary career at Inver Hills, then transfer to the University of Minnesota to participate in their theater program that is in conjunction with the Guthrie Theater. He's been active in the theater since 10th grade and thoroughly enjoys all the performing arts.
The Key Community Bank Scholarship is next. We greatly appreciate the support that Key Community Bank gives us and our students of South St. Paul. Presenting this scholarship tonight is Bruce Rucker.
On behalf of the directors, officers, and employees of Key Community Bank, it's my pleasure to present this scholarship to Ashley Musta.
Ashley is very outgoing and friendly. She enjoys traveling in the summer with her family and loves to dance. Next year, Ashley will attend Drake University. She would feel very honored to receive any of the scholarships provided by the foundation. It is a great honor to know that she is privileged enough to come from a community that gives their seniors the opportunity to receive a scholarship.
Chris Banazuski worked for 28 years in the South St. Paul Nutrition Department. She was a kind, giving, and gentle person who brought a smile and laughter to all who knew her wonderful sense of humor. She fought a courageous battle with cancer. Chris was a lifelong resident of South St. Paul and a 1965 graduate. Her husband, Willie, and her daughters, Amy and Anna, are also South St. Paul graduates. Anne will be presenting the scholarship tonight. Hi.
Thanks. On behalf of my dad, Willie, my sister, Amy, and myself, I'm very honored to present the Kristen Banazuski Memorial Scholarship to Jessica Gilling.
Jessica is a very outgoing person. She loves to try new things and push herself to experience everything that is available to her. She loves to travel, be outdoors, read, and write. She also enjoys helping others. She says that her mother taught her that honesty, responsibility, and loyalty are the best traits to have. Jessica plans on attending Winona State University to become a child psychologist. Receiving a scholarship would be an incredible accomplishment for her. If she were awarded a scholarship, it would not only be a sense of a reward for herself for trying so hard all these years, but would also enable her to go to college and continue to make herself and her family proud.
The Ladies Auxiliary Post 295 VFW Scholarship was established in 2001. We thank the auxiliary for their establishing this scholarship, and Berna Sambansky, the auxiliary president, will be presenting these scholarships this evening.
It is a great honor for me to represent the Gallagher-Hanson Ladies Auxiliary Post 295, and it's my pleasure to present the first recipient, Sarah Bilgen.
Sarah is active in church, serving soup and teaching Sunday school. Receiving a scholarship would mean a great deal to her and to her family. Sarah plans on attending Winona State to become a special education teacher. This scholarship would help her further her academic career at the institution of her choice.
The second scholarship goes to Mika Olson.
Micah enjoys playing the piano and playing chess. His favorite pastime is reading. Next year, he plans to attend Concordia College and will study to become an attorney. Receiving a scholarship would be important to him because it would make college more affordable and reduce the amount of debt after college.
Sorry, Mika, we're very tight here tonight.
The third scholarship goes to Danielle Nauwerts.
Danielle likes to be involved in church, whether that it's working during the donut hour or playing in the nursery with the children. She has a strong passion for children. She also likes to hang out with her friends and go shopping. Next year, she will be attending Mankato State University and hopefully be studying to become a nurse. A scholarship would be very helpful in paying the cost of college.
This is the 9th year for the Larry Grew Scholarship. Larry was a 1960 graduate and a very active member of our foundation board who believed in giving back. Larry received a scholarship that made it possible for him to attend Colgate University. Presenting this scholarship in his memory is his mother, Jeanette.
I'm very, very happy to present this scholarship this evening. And for those of you that don't know, before Brian left to be with Larry, he saw fit to double his scholarship, and I'm so thankful for that. This scholarship will go to Jacqueline Booth, who is ill this evening. Thank you.
Thank you. The Lincoln Center staff and Lincoln Center PTA have teamed up to provide this next scholarship for a student who attended Lincoln Center. Presenting this scholarship tonight is Lee Nelson.
I left it in my other chair.
Oh, you left it? Well, he's not getting it. We're right on this.
I'm very pleased this evening to present the Lincoln Center Elementary School Scholarship to Lisa Ecker.
Lisa loves being involved in school, whether it's sports or extracurricular activities. When she's not in school, she works and hangs out with friends. One of her favorite pastimes is playing summer soccer with her friends. She plans on attending the University of Minnesota Duluth, majoring in business management and marketing. Receiving a scholarship would really make her feel like her hard work in high school has been recognized and that people have faith in her to succeed at her post-secondary education.
The Mae Matthews Doll Scholarship is next. She was a former elementary teacher who died unexpectedly in 2001. She established the May Matthews Scholarship to be awarded to a student to pursue a career in education. May's family continued this scholarship in her memory. May's children, Deb Clark, school board member, and Scott Matthews are here to present it tonight.
For many years, I have read what was my mom's credo, but as I was coming tonight, on my refrigerator in her handwriting is another thing that was always on her refrigerator. So I'm reading that instead, although I'm presenting the credo. We are not a special interest group. We are your roots. You are our continuity. So with that, we present to...
The May Matthews Scholarship goes to Kathleen Donovan.
Kathleen cannot even begin to say how grateful she would be if she received a scholarship. She will be paying for most of her post-secondary education. She likes spending time with her family, and she is very close to her grandparents, aunts, uncles, and cousins. They have all helped her to become who she is today. Katie calls herself hardworking and a dedicated student. She will be attending Winona State University, majoring in education.
Being given for the 10th year is the Margot, Mary Lou, and Jane Endowed Scholarship. Established in 1997, Margot Davis and her sisters, all whom attended South St. Paul schools, endowed this scholarship because of their commitment to education and to South St. Paul. Presenting this scholarship tonight is Ann McCow. Thank you.
These three sisters, we're very proud of where they came from, South St. Paul. My mother used to prepare for this event at any South St. Paul reunion by pulling out her Kaposia yearbooks and getting used to all the names again. Margot and Jane are here tonight. This year's award goes to Brianna Tui.
Brianna tries to make the best out of everything. Hard work and determination are a big part of being successful. She plans to become a registered nurse and will study at Inver Hills Community College next year. Success is what she strives for, and receiving any one of these scholarships would be such an honor for her. It would be the first step to success.
Patricia Cross worked as a health aide at Lincoln Center Elementary here in South St. Paul. The family and friends established the Pat Memorial Scholarship in her name. She was an inspiration to all who knew her. The recipient for this scholarship tonight is Amanda Belkey.
Unfortunately, I don't have a bio for Amanda.
Oh. Okay. And I'm not sure Amanda's here this evening, so I will accept this scholarship in her behalf. The Patty Murr Endowed Scholarship was established in 1985 by the William Murr family in memory of Patty. Patty's nephew, Dan, will be presenting this scholarship this evening.
On behalf of the Murr family, I am presenting this scholarship to Elise Price.
Elise's life is filled with music. She has always loved band and excelled in playing various instruments, including clarinet, trumpet, and piano. She also enjoys reading, being with her friends, and cross-stitching. She plans on attending Winona State University. Receiving a scholarship would mean that she would have a chance to live out her future dream of becoming a journalist.
I'm sorry?
Picture. He needs to have a picture.
Oh. Excuse me a second.
You get to have your picture taken too. You tried and you came close.
Excuse me, these two.
Don't get me mystic.
Okay.
They're not
Back
here
to-
or what?
No, you didn't in the program. They're the next two. They should have been before this one.
Oh, it's out of order. Well, we'll just move on. The Sean Brown Endowed Music Scholarship was established in 2005. Sean was a 1997 South St. Paul graduate and a 2002 graduate of the Air Force Academy. Sean was involved in vocal, music, theater, and band programs here at South St. Paul. His life was tragically ended in a car accident last year. Presenting this scholarship tonight is Jolene Brown, Sean's mother, and grandparents Emery and Carol Alverson.
On behalf of my family, we're proud to present the Sean Brown Music Scholarship in honor of his love of life and music to Michael Lubke.
Mike's main interest in life is theater. He loves to relate to all aspects of life to theatrical applications and vice versa. In his spare time, he loves to play role-playing games as well as other creative activities. Mike plans on attending the University of Minnesota, studying acting and biology. If he were to receive a scholarship, it would mean to him that there is someone out there that believes in what he can do and what he can become, and that they are willing to help him through what is always one of the most critical portions of a person's life.
The South St. Paul Futures established this scholarship because of their belief in our youth. Presenting this scholarship tonight is our mayor, Beth Bauman. That's okay.
As Carrie said, the South St. Paul Future Organization is made up of about 300 shareholders from this community who believe in this community, and the student we believe in this year is Matthew Tricka. Matthew?
Matthew enjoys outside activities such as hunting, fishing, and soccer. He also likes to work on mechanical applications such as cars and boats. He plans to obtain a business degree in college. He will attend Inver Hills Community College next year. Receiving a scholarship would allow him to advance his career to the next level and achieve a promising career.
The Pepsi-Cola Company established this scholarship to promote the importance of continuing education. The recipient of this scholarship this evening is Dennis Gackstetter.
For Dennis, earning the scholarship would help him to fulfill his dreams of becoming the first one in his family to get a 4-year college degree and to serve his country as an officer for the U.S. Army. All of his leadership training from the Boy Scouts have prepared him for this career. Next year, Dennis plans on attending the University of Minnesota, majoring in history or engineering. Some of his favorite pastimes include playing the bagpipes, camping, working on anything with a motor, and learning more about woodworking.
We're going a tiny bit out of order. I'm going to be presenting the Milbert Family Scholarship tonight to Johnny Bloomers.
Johnny loves spending time up north at her cabin with her family. She plans on attending Boston University, majoring in business. Receiving a scholarship would mean a lot to her because she is paying for college.
The second one that's a little bit out of order tonight is the Patricia Crosby Cross Endowed Memorial Scholarship, which will be presented tonight to Margaret Keller.
In Margaret's free time, she loves to spend time outdoors, hiking, camping, fishing, canoeing, and bicycling. She also enjoys reading, rollerblading, painting, drawing, and taking pictures. She plans on attending the College of St. Catherine's to become a physical therapist. Margaret would be very thankful to receive a scholarship because it would allow her to pursue her education and to reach her career goals.
The South St. Paul Kiwanis were active in South St. Paul for 87 years. Upon their disbandment in 1987, the members desired to continue the support of youth in South St. Paul, and this scholarship recipient tonight is Anna Bertram.
Anna enjoys doing crafts, staying active, and being outdoors. She loves to be involved in activities around the school and community. Anna plans to attend Winona State, majoring in business management. Receiving a scholarship would let her focus more on her academics and less on how she is going to pay for college.
The Southwest Lioness Club is a local organization. They support education and services within our community. Presenting this scholarship tonight is Joni Everson, the class of 1952. Joni's husband, Jerry, was on our first educational board.
Thank you. It's a class of 53. I'm not that old.
50. Oh, sorry, wrong typo.
And on behalf of all the members of the Southwest Lioness, we are very proud to award this scholarship to Allison Heasley.
The two things that Allison likes to do most outside of school are read and bake. She has always wanted to be a teacher since she was a little girl. Allison likes helping people to understand how to do things instead of just giving them the answer. She believes education is very important and has had so many amazing teachers that she could never just pick one favorite. Allison plans on attending the College of St. Catherine's, majoring in education. A scholarship would bring her just that much closer to reaching her goal of becoming a teacher. It would also be a great relief to her parents, to whom she owes so much already. Her parents have always believed in her and her dreams and have supported her in everything she has done.
The South St. Paul Inver Grove Heights Rotary Club is a service organization that provides service and funds and leadership for a better community. Presenting this scholarship tonight is John Kemp.
The Rotary International motto is service above self, and so it's only appropriate that one of the criteria used in selecting the recipient of this scholarship is service to others. So on behalf of my colleagues at the South St. Paul Inver Grove Heights Rotary Club, I'm honored to present this award to Molly Patet.
Molly loves to exercise and keep in shape and challenge herself every day in some way. Next year, she will attend St. Cloud State University and plans to study social work. Getting a scholarship would allow her to go to college, since paying for her education will be costly.
The St. Peter Family Scholarship is next. Bernie St. Peter is a past Foundation Board president, served on our school board, and who's very instrumental in establishing our foundation. Bernie will be presenting this scholarship in memory of his parents, and he continued by he and his family. I'm personally very thankful for Bernie and all the guidance, leadership, and support he gives me at the foundation. I look forward to our visits.
Thanks, Gary. My wife Audrey and our 5 kids join me in congratulating Patrick Griffith.
Pat enjoys many different activities, most importantly, spending time with family and friends. He loves getting closer with his friends and going shopping, watching movies, doing lunch, or just hanging out. He enjoys music. It definitely is the most important part of his life. Pat plans on attending Augsburg College to become a child psychologist. Receiving a scholarship would help him continue his study of psychology. He enjoys helping people and really wants to pursue a career in this field. Also, receiving a scholarship would help him continue his education, which to him is very important.
The Steve Toohey Memorial Scholarship was established by Dave Metzen, Brian Behringer, and Larry Grew in memory of their classmate Steve, a 1960 graduate. The recipient of this award is Haley Platzen. And Haley could not be with us tonight because she was homesick, so I will accept it in her behalf. The VFW Endowed Scholarship will be presented by Mike Kean, the Post 295 commander. We appreciate all the VFW does for our schools and community here in South St. Paul. Hi.
I'm honored to present these on behalf of VFW Post 295.
And the first recipient is Kyle Joswak.
In Kyle's free time, he enjoys spending time outdoors, either playing sports or hanging out with friends. He likes to stay active, but also enjoys watching movies and reading. Kyle plans on attending the University of Wisconsin-Eau Claire, majoring in journalism. Receiving this scholarship would mean very much to him, and it would assist him in reaching his goals of going to college and succeeding in the career world.
And then next one goes to John Flannery.
John enjoys reading, exercising, fishing, and spending time with friends and family. He plans on attending Vermilion Community College and studying education. A scholarship would mean a great deal to him. It would show that he is capable of achieving his goals.
And the third one goes to Emily Lalaberty.
Emily loves the spring and summertime because she loves being outside and playing softball. And she also likes to read. Emily is very outgoing and loves being around people. She plans on attending college to obtain a degree in business. Receiving a scholarship would help immensely with the cost of college.
Why are they all giggling at you? The Wakota Federal Credit Union Scholarship was established in 1989 to show the support of public schools here in South St. Paul. Christine Thury and Kay Aberdeening are here to present this evening. Or it's just Christina. Sorry, it's just Christina Thury. Thank you.
Thank you. On behalf of Wakota Federal Credit Union's Board of Directors and staff, I'm very pleased to present this year's scholarship to Michael Gallus.
Mike enjoys sports, hunting, and fishing, and hanging out with his friends. He plans on attending St. Cloud State University, majoring in business. If he were to receive a scholarship of any amount, it would mean a great deal to him. Just the fact of knowing that he's being supported by his community is a very special feeling.
The Waldhauser Family Endowed Scholarship was established in 1999, by the friends and family of Norman and Eleanor Waldhauser. In their memory, tonight, presenting this award is Lucille Stanford. And Maureen Stanford. We didn't have that correction.
On behalf of my aunt and uncle Norm and Eleanor Waldhauser, I'd like to present this to Joseph Morrison.
Joseph says if he were to receive a scholarship, it would reduce the financial burden for his family. His passion for sports, particularly soccer, has driven him to continue being involved in the sports field in the future. He has participated in South St. Paul youth soccer as a player and referee, helping younger players enjoy and develop their skills. Growing up in South St. Paul has allowed him to be a member of the community that people can rely on now and in the future. Next year, Joseph will be attending Bethel University and studying to become an athletic trainer.
The next scholarship was from the South St. Paul chapter of Dakota County Historical Society. Here to present these scholarships tonight is Tom Kalazewski and Jeanette Bernstingle. And they're caught a tiny bit off guard because we are out of order. Thank you.
I'm Mark Kalashevsky, and we're pleased to present this scholarship to David Wallner.
When David is not working, he enjoys a lot of quality time with friends and family. He will attend the University of Minnesota next year, studying history and politics. He will be the first person in his family to go to college full-time and eventually graduate. A scholarship would be immensely appreciated, as well as to be a great asset towards tuition.
Wells Fargo Bank has established this scholarship because of their commitment to the community and what it in the businesses, in the communities that they do business. Charlene Maher will be presenting this scholarship this evening. And maybe Charlene had a previous commitment. We will get this together, and I will present that in a few moments. The next one will be the Zawacki Family Scholarship, which was established in 1998. Presenting the scholarship in his name, and his family's name is Dick Zawacki. Thanks.
On behalf of my father, Ed, my mother, Lillian, and my sister, Kathy, I'd like to present this year's scholarship to Michael Comer.
Mike's favorite pastimes are reading and playing video games. He also enjoys sports. He plans on attending Luther College to study mathematics. Receiving a scholarship would mean a better chance of him attending the college that he wants to.
You know, when you have this many scholarships in one night, sometimes there's a few glitches, and we have a couple of them this evening. I want to call up, this is the Steve Thuy Endowed Leadership Scholarship, and it's awarded tonight to David Praska Jr.
David's favorite pastime would have to be playing soccer with his friends or going fishing with his family. He wants to do something with his life that will help others. Next year, David will be attending Augsburg College in Minneapolis, and he will be studying to become a dentist. A scholarship would mean the world to his family and to him. He always wondered what the feeling would be like after receiving a scholarship.
This is the 14th year that friends and family have made the Nick Voyevich Scholarship available in Nick's memory. Presenting this scholarship tonight is Mary Voyevich.
My dad was extremely proud to be a lifelong resident of South St. Paul. I'm very proud that he graduated from South St. Paul High School along with my three sisters and me. I am proud tonight to award this scholarship in his name to Jessica Brenhofer.
Jessica has many interests. She likes to have fun with her friends, go to the movies, fish, go to the cabin and friends' houses, and drive around town. She also loves to play sports and spend time with her family. Receiving a scholarship would mean so much to her because she wants to show her family what she can really do. It will help her out in the future, and it will be just a wonderful feeling.
Bobby Meyer will present the Mitzvah Masonic Lodge 191 Scholarship. We would like to thank the Mitzvah Lodge for supporting our graduates. Thanks, Bobby.
Thank you, Carrie. On behalf of all the Masonic, the Masons at Masonic Lodge and all the Masons in Minnesota and throughout the world, I'm really honored to present this scholarship to Kelly Garcia.
Kelly enjoys spending time with family and friends who are a big part of her life. She plans on attending Hamline University. A scholarship would mean so much to her. It would also mean her attending her first choice college and discovering her ideal career and hopefully becoming a very successful individual.
The Deb Kern Memorial Scholarship was established by Deb during her courageous fight with cancer. Deb's positive attitude and love for her students will always be remembered. The recipient of this scholarship is Michelle Storr.
For Michelle, getting this scholarship would mean a lot. She plans to play hockey, and a scholarship would help her not to worry as much about her financial situation and concentrate on hockey and schoolwork. Next year, Michelle will attend the University of Wisconsin-Eau Claire to study nursing. In her favorite pastime, she enjoys being active, running, rollerblading, and playing tennis. She also enjoys going to the beach and being with her friends and family, and she loves to work with kids.
The Governor Harold and Iantha Lavander Scholarship is awarded to a student involved in speech or debate. Presenting this scholarship tonight is Jean King.
This has always been a special night for my folks. So on behalf of my mother, who at 93 is here in person, and on behalf of my father, who is here in spirit, I would like to award this Lavander Scholarship to Samuel Wolf.
Sam's outside interests include reading, shooting or hunting, hanging out with friends, and spending time with family, telling stories and playing games together. He also enjoys debate and theater. Next year, Sam will study political science and business at the University of Minnesota. Receiving a scholarship is something to be proud of because it is a symbol of someone else's acknowledgement for an individual's character and hard work.
Well, we'll run back to the Wells Fargo Bank Scholarship. It is presented to Nicholas Bresney.
Nick came to South St. Paul High School from outside the district because of the IB program. He says he knew from the start that this decision was the best choice he could have made for himself and for his future. During his time at South St. Paul, Nick has found great passion in many different areas the school has offered, including music and theater, as well as speech and debate. He read everything he could get his hands on about the past and current events. Nick has a great interest and desire to go into business and governmental service. He will be attending the University of Minnesota. Nick wants to use the talents and skills he's been given to better himself and his community. A scholarship from the South St. Paul Educational Foundation would be enormously appreciated.
The children of John and Iola Carlson wish to demonstrate their support for South St. Paul Public Schools by establishing a scholarship fund. Jeff Carlson is here tonight to present this award of the John and Iola Carlson Scholarship.
On behalf of my brother and sister, I'm happy to present this award to Alexander Kane.
Alex likes four-wheeling, hunting, reading, swimming in lakes, practicing color guard, spending time with friends and family, watching movies, and painting. She also enjoys going to threshing shows with her grandparents. Alex plans on attending St. Cloud State University. Receiving this scholarship would help out so much in her future education, and she would be so grateful. Alex has come so far in her high school education and worked so hard, and she would like to move on to college and do well there also.
This is the 6th year for Kaposia Education Center scholarships. They are presented tonight by John Laliberty, and it's a collaborative effort between the Kaposia staff and the PSA, that's their parent organization. They team up together for these scholarships tonight. And John Laliberty is the principal of Kaposia, giving this award tonight.
Thank you, Carrie. On behalf of the parents and staff of Kaposia Education Center, I would like to present 2 scholarships for $1,500. First, Kelly Bittner.
Kelly loves to read and has always been an active reader. Next year, she plans on attending Hamline University. She will study to become an EMT paramedic. Receiving a scholarship would be a great thing because it would help take some of the financial burden off of her family.
And our second award goes to Jennifer Granis.
Jennifer likes to be involved in volunteer activities. She also enjoys being in one of her school's choirs. Jennifer plans on attending Winona State University to study human services. She would be very appreciative if she received one of the scholarships. She also has a sister in college, so receiving a scholarship would help out a lot.
The Kevin Leary Memorial Scholarship has been established by the friends and family of Kevin. A friend to all, Kevin gave freely of his time and resources to enhance the school's experience for South St. Paul youth. Presenting the scholarship tonight are Josh and James, Kevin's sons.
Thank you, Carrie. On behalf of the entire Leary family, we are very proud to present the Kevin James Leary Memorial Scholarship. This scholarship is given to a student who displays excellence in both academics and athletics. And the award goes to Katie Ward.
And Katie lives in Inver Grove Heights, and she chose to attend South St. Paul High School because she says as soon as she walked into the building, she felt welcome, and she knew it was the place for her to be.
You made it.
Her parents are a backbone support for her. They are examples for her in so many ways. Both are very inspirational and hardworking people. Katie is very involved in academics and athletics. Next year, she plans to attend the University of St. Thomas. Although she is not positive on her intended major, she's sure that she wants to receive a major consisting of healthcare and business. Receiving a scholarship from the Educational Foundation would mean the world to her. She would be very grateful and honored to be chosen to receive a scholarship from any of the groups offering them. The money would be well appreciated and help her to further her education.
John Lally will be presenting the John and Marcia Lally Scholarship, established by John and his wife, Marcia, as an investment in our state's future and its children. We're lucky to have John serving on our foundation board, and he's also a former school board member for many years. Oh, it's Marcia. Sorry, it's not John, it's Marcia. Come on up, Marcia.
Yes, John and I are pleased to announce the scholarship winner as Maria Morales.
Maria has just started volunteering at Children's Hospital in the epilepsy unit and volunteers every Monday. She loves spending time with her family and also likes to hang out with friends. Sometimes they go to the nursing home and work and visit some of the residents. Maria will be attending the College of St. Catherine. Receiving a scholarship would mean the world to her, that knowing someone believes in her enough to give her money to work toward her future. In the future, she plans on becoming a registered nurse and specializing in pediatrics.
The family and many friends who are fortunate to have shared parts of Mike's tragically shortened life established the Mike McGinn Memorial Scholarship. Receiving this scholarship tonight is Stephen Liu.
Outside many of the activities that Stephen does, he does enjoy cello and tennis. Both have been lasting activities that mean much to him. Receiving a scholarship would help fund his college tuition and alleviate some of the burden for his parents when they're paying for college. It would also, in a sense, help repay his parents for the investments they have placed in him.
The Vietnam Veterans of America Chapter 639 in South St. Paul is an organization representing the interests of all veterans. It says establish this scholarship, and they will provide 3 scholarships for a student pursuing a 4-year degree and 1 for a student going into a vocational institution. John Lynch is here to present these scholarships this evening.
I'd like to, Merle Crow. I have 4 of them, by the way.
Oh, you have 4?
Do I do all 4?
Yeah, 3 and then 4. And just do the whole 4 of them.
Okay.
Yeah, just one at a time.
Okay.
Muriel Kroll. Muriel Kroll.
Muriel's outside interests are reading, practicing the flute, traveling, and spending time with friends and family. Receiving a scholarship would validate the hard work and discipline she's maintained throughout her school career. It would provide her the opportunity to further her education at Augsburg College and obtain a BA in marketing. Her ultimate goal is to have a fulfilling career utilizing her educational experiences.
Kelly Makowski.
Kelly enjoys playing sports, camping, fishing, hiking, road trips, working out, and woodworking. Kelly plans on attending St. Cloud Technical College. A scholarship would help her to be able to focus more time on her schooling by not having to spend as much time working.
Katrina Mayer.
Katrina says her passions lie in service. She loves to help people and make a difference in the world. For this reason, she has considered careers in public service, education, and politics. In college, she plans to prepare for a career in public service. A scholarship would ease the financial burden of attending college and give her more time to focus on her studies instead of financial problems.
Cody Lewis.
Cody enjoys sports very much and says he's a very driven person. Cody plans on attending the University of Minnesota Morris to study psychology, English, or art. Receiving a scholarship would enable him to continue his education.
And we'll all go down to take a picture. Thanks. This is the 13th year for the Bars Pavlik Scholarship. It's been available. The scholarship was established in 1993 by Keith and Ann Bars and their families. Presenting this scholarship tonight is Jerry Bars.
On behalf of the Bars Pavlik families, I would like to present this scholarship to Stephanie M. Bright.
Stephanie enjoys dancing and has danced since she was 3. She also likes to swim. Stephanie plans on attending the College of St. Catherine to become a physical therapist. Receiving a scholarship would assist her parents in providing her with the education of her choice at the College of St. Catherine.
The Blankish family Benedictine was established by the Blankish family in memory of Valentine Blankish, a graduate of St. John's University and an employee of Armour. His family and friends offered this scholarship in hopes that the values modeled by the Benedictine men and women will inspire South St. Paul students to make a difference in our world. Here to award this scholarship tonight is Margaret Blankish and her sister, Mary Blankish.
You can just call us the twins. That's how everybody knows us anyway. Tonight we are proud to present the Blankish Family Benedictine Scholarship to a Benny, Leah Weber.
Leah enjoys reading, watching movies, going to plays, and playing soccer. Next year, she will attend the College of St. Benedict to study accounting. Receiving a scholarship is important to her because then she would be able to attend a private college.
The Cobb Family Foundation, because of their commitment to youth and its feeling of the importance of education, is providing 3 $2,000 scholarships this year. The recipients of these scholarships tonight, the first one is Brian Bowden.
Brian would like to graduate with a major in either economics or political science. He plans to become an investment banker in a smaller firm. He has an eclectic list of hobbies, from writing, reading, fishing, and even investing in the stock market. Brian plans on attending St. Olaf College. For him, receiving a scholarship would mean a lot less to worry about when he's heading off to college. It would mean fewer loans and more time to study.
There you go. The next Cobb Family Foundation scholarship goes to Leslie Losby.
Leslie says she is hardworking, enthusiastic, and a caring person. Outside of school, she enjoys a number of things: spending time with family at her cabin, snowboarding with friends, traveling to new places, babysitting for family friends, and watching movies. Her educational goal is to obtain a Doctor of Pharmacy degree in 6 years. She is pursuing a career in pharmacy because she enjoys studying science and math. Pharmacy is a profession that cares for others. Receiving a scholarship would allow her to help people have a higher quality of life through medicine.
The third scholarship goes to Mara Sunday.
Outside of school, Mara enjoys spending time with friends and family. She really enjoys playing tennis and also likes to read, shop, and attend school sporting events. She gets her energy from the positive people she spends time with. Throughout her education, Mara says she has been blessed with many positive role models as teachers. She will be attending St. Mary's University next year and will study to become a middle school English teacher. Receiving a scholarship from the South St. Paul Educational Foundation will reinforce the fact that hard work pays off, a life skill supported by the hardworking people of South St. Paul.
This is the 10th year that the Polish National Alliance Lodge 1033 Scholarship of South St. Paul has provided scholarship. This year, they were providing 3 scholarships for students attending a 4-year institution and 2 scholarships for a student attending a vocational institution. Leona Schultz, a Lodge member, will be presenting these scholarships this evening. Hi, Leona.
On behalf of PNA Lodge 1033, it's indeed a privilege to award the following scholarships. The first one is to Jacob Junker.
Jacob's favorite pastimes include fishing, hunting, going to movies, and hanging out with friends. Interests of his include languages, especially French. This past summer, he went with his French class to France and actually lived with a French family for a week. It was a great experience, and receiving a scholarship would mean a lot to him because he will probably pay for the majority of college expenses, and any help would be a great help. Next year, he will study accounting at the University of Minnesota, Duluth.
Our next recipient is Amanda Yanturi.
Amanda enjoys a wide range of activities, ranging from academic-related to athletic-related. She is interested in making a difference in the world and believes that the best way to do that is through continuing education and helping the community. She hopes to always keep learning. Some of Amanda's favorite pastimes include taking a break from her busy schedule to spend time with family and friends, going to basketball and football games, and singing whenever she can. Next year, Amanda will attend Simpson College in Iowa. Receiving a scholarship will help her move forward onto whatever opportunities lie ahead.
The next recipient is Kelly Mueller.
Outside of school, Kelly enjoys spending time with family, friends, shopping, and skiing. Her favorite pastime is listening to music and working on the computer. Next year, she will be attending the College of St. Catherine and majoring in nursing. She says if she were to receive a scholarship from the South St. Paul Educational Foundation, she would be ever so grateful for their support.
The next recipient is Rihanna Olson.
Rihanna likes playing volleyball, and in her spare time, she also volunteers at Kaposia. She plans to attend Le Cordon Bleu next year, studying to become a chef. For her, receiving a scholarship will make her very happy because she is paying for college.
The last recipient is Elizabeth Waltman.
Elizabeth enjoys hanging out with friends, and she enjoys her job. She also likes to play softball and to play volleyball and basketball. Elizabeth says she is very independent and would like to be able to support herself. She is fun and usually always a positive person. She will attend Inver Hills Community College next year. Elizabeth says if she were to get a scholarship, she would be very happy and would appreciate it very much. She would use the scholarship to the best of potential, and she would take it very seriously. She believes that every student should have the opportunity to succeed into a higher level of education, even if they are not able to afford it.
The South St. Paul Schools Custodial Maintenance and Technology Departments established 2 $2,000 scholarships to encourage students to get the very most out of what they can and that our district has to offer. Tonight, Tom Baniszewski will be presenting these scholarships.
Our first award goes to Julie Leon.
Julie's favorite pastimes are training to be a boxer, doing cultural dancing, and being with children in school activities or outside activities. She plans on becoming a midwife and an early childhood teacher. Receiving a scholarship to her would mean the world. The reason she says this is because she would be the first person in her family to actually graduate from high school, receive her diploma, and then attend college, which in her family, no one really has had the chance to do.
Our second award goes to Jenna Mascaro.
Some of Jenna's favorite things to do with her family and friends are camping, fishing, hiking, and stargazing. She's a very outdoorsy person. Jenna's favorite pastime was when her color guard won the state championship for the first time. It was a great accomplishment, feeling that all of their hard work and dedication had paid off. She will be attending Inver Hills Community College next year. Receiving a scholarship would mean a great deal to Jenna, knowing that there are people who are willing to support and help her through college. This would help her ambition to succeed.
The Flint Hills Resource Scholarships were established by the company because of their desire to honor young men and women who care about making a difference in the community. Presenting the scholarship tonight is Wayne Jorgensen.
The first Flint Hills Scholarship is offered to Nermeen Shanuda.
Nermeen and her family moved to America from Egypt when she was 7 years old, and from then on, all of her schoolwork was extremely difficult for her, and she felt that she had to work twice as hard as the other students to get where she is today. She has also decided to challenge herself by taking IB classes. She's been looking forward to these coming end days of high school in order to start something new. But now as she nears it, she feels that she has accomplished a lot and hopes that as she goes off to college, she'll be setting more goals for herself and achieve the ones that she has set for herself earlier. Her favorite thing to do is to take part in all of her church activities. She likes to sing in the church choir and act in many church plays. She also takes part in school activities. Nermeen will attend the University of Minnesota next year and will study chemistry, biology, and accounting. Receiving a scholarship would help her reach all of the goals that she has been setting for herself since she was young. As she moves forward to college, she hopes to graduate from college and give back to the community in any way possible, whether it is to donate her time or money to the loving community that she grew up in.
The second scholarship goes to Kyle Edston.
Outside of school, Kyle's interests include golfing, participating in junior golf tournaments, fishing, swimming, hanging out with friends, and spending time with his family. He plans on attending the University of Minnesota, majoring in mechanical engineering. If Kyle were to receive a scholarship from the Education Foundation, it would help offset the cost of college. This may also allow him to pursue activities in college, such as studying abroad, that will further his educational experience.
Ken Vogue was a 1965 graduate of South St. Paul High School who died suddenly in 1999. This scholarship established by his family in his memory. The recipient of this tonight is Jacob Cry.
Jacob enjoys attending many school activities. He loves to compete and have fun with friends. He enjoys hockey, soccer, and baseball. Jacob plans on attending St. John's University, studying architecture, engineering, or business. If he were to receive a scholarship, he would be very grateful.
The Virginia L. Lamanna Fine Arts Scholarship was established in 2003 in honor of Virginia, a former South St. Paul resident and mother of 11. Many of her children and grandchildren attended school in South St. Paul. This scholarship is for a student who shares Virginia's interest in art, color, fashion, and design. Presenting the scholarships tonight are Pam and Debbie Lamanna.
On behalf of the Lamanna family, we're honored to present the scholarship to Sarah Windholtz.
In Sarah's free time, she likes to enjoy the outdoors and spend time with friends and family. Her favorite pastime is going to color guard practices. Next year, Sarah will study fashion design at the University of Minnesota. Receiving a scholarship would mean that she was able to afford to go to the college of her choice.
The Lauren and Lucille Ellingson Memorial Scholarship was established in 1999. Lauren and Lucille were both district employees. Lucille is secretary, and Lauren served various positions as a teacher, counselor, and principal until his retirement in 1969. They both had fond memories of South St. Paul and the community, and they valued the education they received. Lucille established this scholarship in her will, and the recipient tonight is Jack Rossback.
Jack is interested in economics, society, and the world in general. He looks forward to eventually traveling the globe. Next year, he will attend the University of Minnesota and will study to become an economist. A scholarship would mean a lot, since it would help him pay for attending college, which is very important to him.
The Mike Byron Scholarship was established in 2000 by Friends in Memory of Mike. He's a 1994 graduate and member of the 1993 section football team. Presenting this award tonight is Pete Schultz, and he's a teacher in our high school.
Thank you. It's a section championship football team, 1993.
Oh, I forgot the championship, sorry.
I'm just kidding. On behalf of the friends and family of Mike Byron and all the wonderful people who participated in our golf tournament, we're very pleased to award this to the young man who will be representing our community in the Metro Outstate football game this summer, Josh Ostrew.
Josh has lived in South St. Paul for 12 years, and he says he's loved growing up in this community, and he is honored to represent South St. Paul through his academic and athletic achievements. Josh has wanted to become a doctor since he was a young kid because he always wanted to help people. He believes he has the heart to do it. Outside of school, he enjoys hunting and fishing and being with his friends. One of his most memorable experiences was going to France with his French class. He learned a lot about different language and culture. Next year, Josh will attend St. Cloud State University and plans to become a doctor. Receiving a scholarship would be an amazing thing for him. A large goal of his for entire life has been to go to college and play football, and he'll be able to do this with a scholarship.
The South St. Paul Lions Club is our largest contributor through the establishment of the South St. Paul Lions Club Endowed Scholarship Fund, totaling $286,000. They also support many other school and community activities here in town. We're very proud of our relationship with the Lions and all they do for our community. Mike Bauer will be presenting three $4,000 scholarships for students going to a four-year college and one $2,000 scholarship for a vocational or technical school. Hi, Mike.
Thank you and good evening. As a side note, both of my children did receive a scholarship from this banquet years ago, so thank you for that. The first $4,000 scholarship is awarded to Sheila Casey.
When Sheila has free time, she enjoys watching movies, going to breakdancing shows, and watching old reruns of I Love Lucy with her friends. She plans on attending the University of Minnesota with a double major in dance and business. Receiving the scholarship would also mean she could spend a little less time working to pay for college and spend more time focusing on the successful completion of her education and career goals.
This next award is presented to Tiffany Wang.
For Tiffany, waking up in the morning is one of the most potent natural highs. She has an entire day ahead of her to accomplish many great things and pursue her goals. With this positive attitude and a scholarship from the South St. Paul Educational Foundation, Tiffany knows she will be able to pursue her interests and goals in life. Science has always fascinated her, and her interest has prompted her to work closely with the Science Museum of Minnesota. Since 9th grade, Tiffany has volunteered as an exhibit interpreter. She will pursue a career in the medical field to satisfy her love of science and working with people. Outside of her scientific pursuits, Tiffany enjoys reading, playing piano, and baking cookies with her sister. South St. Paul High School has led her a significant way along the path to great achievements. She will attend Stanford University next year and will study medicine and human biology. Receiving a scholarship would not only be an immense honor for her, it would also provide her the financial assistance she needs to continue following this path in college. Tiffany will embrace this opportunity and take the vital steps toward contributing to the community and society.
And the next one would be Curtis Albrecht.
Kurt enjoys spending a lot of time outdoors. His favorite pastime is spending time with friends and family. He plans on attending Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology, majoring in computer engineering. By receiving a scholarship through the Educational Foundation, he would be able to spend more of his time concentrating on his studies rather than worrying about how he is going to pay for them.
This next scholarship is a vocational scholarship, and that is awarded to Megan Sparks.
Megan likes to dance, go camping, read, bike ride, rollerblade, babysit, and work with kids and senior citizens. Next year, she will study to become a nurse while attending Inver Hills Community College. Receiving a scholarship would mean a lot to her. A scholarship would help her further her education and her goal of becoming a nurse and working in the health field.
The John and Barb Henke Scholarship was established by John and Barb for the purpose of encouraging students to pursue a degree in education. Barb will be presenting this scholarship this evening.
John and I are pleased to present the scholarship this evening to Emma Bryant.
Emma is very athletic, and she is planning to play college volleyball. She plays volleyball year-round with the Minnesota Volleyball Association, junior Olympic teams, or volleyball camps. She plans on attending the University of Wisconsin Superior, majoring in education. The scholarship will mean a great deal to Emma in helping to pay for her college expenses.
The Scholarship for the Arts was established in 1996 by Lisa and Larry Cumston. They are parents of 3 South St. Paul graduates, Kurt, Carissa, and Anna Marie. And presenting the scholarship tonight is Larry Cumston.
Thank you. Normally these names are difficult to pronounce, but I have an easy one tonight. Shannon Thorston.
Art, music, and theater are Shannon's passions. Outside of school, she enjoys playing piano daily, writing poetry, and occasionally cooking. Some of her favorite pastimes also include trips to Applebee's or going bowling with her friends or unwinding by reading fantasy adventure novels. Next year, Shannon will study visual arts, drama, and music at Macalester College. Receiving a scholarship would be vital to her further education. She requires scholarship money to be able to fund that education.
The Ogilvy Hart Foundation, established in her will, she had no direct connection with South St. Paul other than through her financial advisor, who knew of the South St. Paul Educational Foundation and suggested she set up a scholarship fund. And she also supports cancer research at the University of Minnesota. We are just one of more than 10 schools who are benefiting from her generous foresight, and a special thanks goes out to the anonymous catalyst for this annual scholarship. The recipient of the Education Scholarship for Ogilvy Hart is Shannon Banazuski.
Shannon enjoys playing sports and staying active. She plans on attending the University of Wisconsin River Falls, majoring in elementary education. Shannon says she would use any amount of money awarded to further her education to the fullest. She would greatly appreciate any help to lessen the financial burden on her family. Receiving a scholarship would mean so much to her. It would mean that someone believes in her and wants her to succeed.
And the second Ogilvy Hart Foundation Scholarship goes for the social service portion of this to Geronimo Yanitz.
Geronimo is a very caring and outgoing person. His interests right now are school, sports, lifting, and spending time as much as he can with friends and family before college. He loves being in the outdoors, fishing, hiking, swimming, and going hunting with his friends. In his free time, he likes to listen to music and just relax. Geronimo will be attending the Minnesota State University Mankato campus next year to study law enforcement. Receiving a scholarship would mean so much to him. It would also make him work hard to make sure his scholarship will not go to waste.
The Brian C. Berenger Class of 1960 Scholarship was established this year in memory of Brian, who passed away last year. The recipient of this scholarship will reflect Brian's qualities of hard work and great work ethics. John McEnany is here to present this $8,000 scholarship.
I am here on behalf of my father, Brian Berenger, and the Brian Berenger Foundation, and it is our great pleasure to present the Brian C. Berenger Class of 1960 Scholarship Fund to Peter Robbins.
Besides being a dedicated student, music is one of Peter's foremost passions. He plays bass, guitar, piano, sings, and plays a little drums. And he is one of 2 principal songwriters in a band. Peter has also done audio recording and production work for the band. He hopes to incorporate some aspect of music into his future career, whether it is by running a music venue, recording studio, or another aspect of the music business. Peter is also a very active person with a tendency to assume a leadership position while working in a group. He hopes to use his passion for music, his movement towards action, and his leadership skills as he shapes his future. He will be attending the Carlson School of Business at the University of Minnesota next year.
Dwayne Burnham established the Dwayne Burnham Endowed Scholarship Program in 1993. Dwayne is a 1959 graduate of South St. Paul High School and retired CEO of Abbott Laboratories in Illinois. The recipient of this $12,000 scholarship tonight is Lauren Schmidt.
Lauren enjoys art and music. She is involved with many various types of art. She likes to hang out with her friends and make them laugh. Lauren will be studying civil engineering and architecture at the University of Minnesota next year. Receiving a scholarship would mean that she will be able to get a better education due to the fact that she can afford going to college much more easily.
This is the second year for the Sandy and Jerry Myers Scholarship. This scholarship was established by Sandy and Jerry, both South St. Paul High School graduates, class of 1956. Jerry is retired as the chairman and CEO of Tektronic. He and his wife, Sandy, live in Scottsdale, Arizona, and we're thrilled to have him here tonight to present this scholarship. It's our $16,000 scholarship, our largest one of the evening.
You know, I had the, before I retired, I had the privilege of sitting on the board of Oregon State University and Willamette University out in Oregon. And they would bring the scholarship, not the scholarships, the tuition to us each year for approval. And I asked myself, how do these kids pay for college? And it was then and there that Sandy and I kind of decided that we'd each year try to fund a 4-year scholarship for one student out of South St. Paul. And this year, that student is Laura Windholtz.
This summer, Laura will be marching in Minnesota Brass, a senior drum corps. She is also in the South St. Paul Color Guard. She will be studying occupational therapy at the University of Minnesota next year. Receiving a scholarship would mean so much to her. It would relieve the worry of paying for the college of her choice.
Fanny Gilbertson established this scholarship fund in her will to assist young people in attaining the formal education that she was not able to. Butch Manning, the principal of South St. Paul High School, will be presenting these awards to the valedictorian and the salutatorian. In addition to this year, we have an additional scholarship for the valedictorian set up by the Kenneth B. Jones Foundation, and Butch will be presenting that as well.
It is my honor to present the class of 2006 salutatorian Stephen Liu.
Stephen's pastimes primarily lie in cello and tennis. They have been lasting activities that mean a lot to him. And receiving a scholarship will help him fund his college tuition and alleviate the burden on his parents for paying for college.
In the class of 2006, valedictorian, and also the scholarship of the Kenneth B. Jones Scholarship goes to Tiffany Wang.
As we have already heard, waking up in the morning is one of Tiffany's most potent natural highs. Tiffany will continue to study science at Stanford University next year, and receiving this scholarship will be an immense honor for her, and it will help her continue this path, the path that she has been following in college. She will embrace this opportunity and take the vital steps toward contributing to the community and society.
Well, congratulations to all of our students and your families, and again, thank you for all the donors here tonight who give so generously to our students. As we prepare to conclude this evening, we've got just a few details. First of all, the seniors who receive scholarships, if they can go down to the competition gym to receive a, we'll be doing a group picture. And then we'll also have a meeting in the high school auditorium tomorrow at 9 a.m. with me with a few other details, so please be there. And I understand the kids that are taking the IB exam, history exams, will not be there, and that's okay. I'd like the valedictorian, the salutatorian to take the centerpieces on the head tables. And as you leave the auditorium tonight, we've got a list of all the recipients of the awards. Thank you so much. Have a good evening.